Oh, look at this. Here at Walsh Motors, we've got all kinds of cars that are broken. I'm doing a CV joint on the silver Buick. And the pink Buick is still dead in the water. I'm told he was going to work on that first, but I guess the CV joint was less of a challenge. The worst news of all is in the Keykeeper's poor old big brown piece of junk. We had a disaster. Probably due to a combination of heat from the bad bearing and the stress the Keykeeper was putting on it when he tried to change out the air conditioning compressor clutch. This piece of the casting in here broke that actually holds that whole pulley and clutch assembly on. So for right now, what we've done, because he's got to have the truck for his lawn mowing work, he's actually tied this off so that the compressor will stay out of the way, because the air conditioning on the truck did work, and he installed a bypass so he can at least operate his truck even though he doesn't have air conditioning at the moment. Somewhere along the line, we'll probably go ahead and safely depressurize the system, replace the compressor, because I think the whole compressor is probably going to have to be replaced. But on a video I'd made quite a while ago, the one about security cameras and Operation Panopticon, I had a commenter get a little bit vocal about what he felt the problem was, so much so that he referred to us as goobers and told us that he didn't really care how much we knew about this source of the noise, that it was the power steering pump. Well, I'll tell you what, that comment kind of rubbed me the wrong way, I'm not going to lie. Especially some of the things that he said, some of which were rude anatomical suggestions that I won't repeat here. Anyway, I'd just like to show him a little something if he's still out there. Starter sounded better. There you go, no more whine. And that is the factory original power steering pump. Anyway, so we've got the air conditioning bypassed. Doing some CV joint work on that car. Got to get this one running again. Looks like about the only drivable cars we have left at the moment are the Park Avenue and my truck. What a deal, huh? Well, look at that. Did we manage to inherit a van? Nope. Neighbor's getting some tree work done, so they just parked that over here for a while. They're going to try to move that Ford truck, too. It's been on the battery charger all day. Oh, and we've got another problem. This is the one I'm actually going to solve right now. Seems that my brother College 153 here on YouTube, he locked the keys in his Honda. So I gotta go save him with his extra key here. Woohoo. Here it is one day later, and things got worse for the air conditioning on the Keykeeper's truck, because yesterday afternoon while they were out working on the silver Buick, the air conditioning compressor blew a seal and blew PAG oil and probably some refrigerant out, so that wasn't good. However, things are looking up for the number of vehicles that we've got that are operational. The Keykeeper and his helper Bizzarefurhead, they went to replace the CV joint on this car, which is laying over here, the old one is. See, that boot is just cracked wide open and it was starting to click, so it was definitely going to have to be replaced. Well, they went to do that, and it's my understanding that the wheel bearing came apart, didn't it?
Here's one part of it. And over here is the other part of it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
This part came off with the rotor, and if you people don't know, they're supposed to be pressed to fit together.
Oops.
So this is now a door stop.
Slightly out of round wheel bearing.
Or you take those ball bearings in there, and put those old rubber band,
and the squirrel population starts to go down, right?
Right.
And Bizzarefurhead, he's been working on his chair. He made some improvements, put some plastic tubing along the bottom so that nothing would scuff up his nice paint job. He's still working on the glider, and I think he's got at least one other chair that he's working on. Other people pay good money for something like this. Bizzarefurhead took an old disc off some piece of farm equipment, cut it in two, and then made a set of wings out of it, and with some other farm junk, he made himself a butterfly.
Too bad I can't fly away.
It's an iron butterfly.
Like your Iron Maiden.
Not quite. Oh, there's the CV joint box. What happened to the chair with the watermelon paint job on it?
Glider.
Oh, that's the glider you're doing the watermelon job on. Oh, I thought that was that rusty chair.
Nope, that's that rusty chair.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really made quite a switch from the last time we saw it. Here's one of the shells for the glider, partly cleaned off. So anyway, the silver Buick is going back together, and it might even run. We still got to look at this one, find out why it doesn't run. And some people have suggested that it's probably the crank sensor, and I think that's the conclusion that we all finally came to the other day. Sometimes you have to engage in violence when you're working on removing old car parts, and it's definitely what some of these tools help with. Massive prying effort.
See that big pipe?
Yeah? You bent that. You bent that big pipe. Wow.
To get this ball stud to drop out of the steering knuckle, I had to take the caliper off, the sway bar off, and then I had to use
Glass and I are going to have a discussion.
but 2 of these to get that A-arm, that control arm, to drop down.
And didn't you say something about our next door neighbor? He'd come over and helped you out. He was jumping up and down on one of those, and it was taking his weight.
See how bent that is?
Wow. Just the kind of fun you can set yourself up for when you're working on your car. Another little critter that Bizzarefurhead made with the help of his oxyacetylene torch setup. He made himself, I guess that's a centipede is what he told me that was.
Got your handlebars right here so you can hop on and go away.
All right. Pretty slow top end though, right?
Quick excel, slow top end. The things you got to trade for.
Oh man.
The handling is amazing.
I'll bet it is. Man, those centipedes, they can turn right on a dime. Okay, the Keykeeper is now putting the spindle nut on. That looks large and dangerous.
Got the brake on? Yeah.
Getting there.
Okay. Time for the wheel, and time for a test drive.
Another high quality job done by the Keykeeper. And he always tests everything when he's working on a car, doesn't he?
Even the power window.
And the horn. Yep, looks like a car again. Now he's just got to take it for a test drive, make sure it's working all right. Ah, there comes an old truck. But let's see if the silver Buick is actually fixed. It's time for the test drive part. Oh, what's he doing now? Oh, he's checking the oil. I tell you what, this is what happens when you loan a car to Bizzarefurhead. Look at all these socks. Well, it started.
I didn't do anything to the engine.
All right. How come your brake light's on? Seat belts. We wouldn't want to do anything dangerous. Let's see how it does. Wheel hasn't come off yet.
Hear anything, uxwbill?
Nope, don't hear anything, Keykeeper.
Good news.
Sounds good to me. Unless you put those run silent tires on here that can fall off silently. Now we're cooking with some air conditioning. It'd be pretty sweet. Oh yeah, it's cooling down. Get out on the highway out here and really test this repair.